welcome everyone. This is No Bullshit Gaming Podcast 2.5 Gamers session number 62. We are sharing actionable insights, dropping knowledge from our day-to-day user acquisition, game design and ad monetization jobs. Definitely not discussing the latest industry news, but having so much fun. Let's not forget, this is 4 a.m. conference discussion vibe. Let's not take it too seriously. So today, it's only two of us. It's Jakub, Remiyar, and myself, Matej Lančarić. Felix is out sick, so get well soon, buddy. So yeah, what's happening on your end? This feels a little bit weird.
Yeah, I guess we did one with Felix before.
Yeah, and it was me in Santa Barbara as well. Yeah. So not a year after. I'm in Santa Barbara. Felix is out. We are here. So I guess we can. It's two of us from Slovakia speaking in English. We should switch to Slovakia.
That would be great. People would appreciate it, definitely.
I know. So what I'm going to do is I will draw Felix into our YouTube visual design. Because why not? So
with AI, image to image AI.
Not AI. It's going to be my drawing skills. My drawing skills. Yeah, we'll see. So I wanted to change the layout a little bit, but then I was like, no. It's gonna be better. He will be with us all the time. So since Felix is out, we wanted to do a slightly different session, but we are going to discuss Call of Dragons, the game we briefly touched on in the Flamboyant UA episode. And this game has 0 ads, so it's actually a great time to discuss this game.
Not having Felix here.
Yeah, not having Felix here. So thank you very much, Felix, for getting sick. Now we can talk shit about games without ads. Thank you. So so yeah, as I mentioned, Call of Dragons are gonna go through the game design part first this time. Jakub's gonna talk about some 4X games, comparison numbers and shit, and then I'm gonna talk about UA and creatives. And then there's going to be a very interesting and nice segue to a big tribute to Viva La Dirt League guys, because, well, you guys are great. I love it.
Yeah, and they're pretty much becoming their own source of UA, I would say.
Yeah, it looks like it's almost like a new UA channel. Yeah. But yeah, we'll get there. So why do we even talk about Call of Dragons? Well, it's actually easy because we talk about interesting games right after the global launch. And this was in our backlog for a while. And it's interesting case because they launched the game, and by they, I mean Farlight Games, which is a publishing arm of Lilith Games. So they launched this game on March 28th and already making 14 million a month. Not bad.
Yeah, I see 16.
Well, look, so I was looking into this yesterday, so it's already old news, I guess. So this is what they wrote in their description. So Call of Dragons is MMO fantasy conquest game from the creators of Rise of Kingdoms, offering an incredible strategy combat experience. You can translate this as a fucking 4X game. Nothing else. Nothing else.
Yeah,
so yeah,
it's pretty much like an upgraded version of Rise of Kingdoms, I would say. It's like very, very, like you will see as I will show it.
Yes. So yeah, it's going to be, again, a lot of visual stuff, creatives, and also gameplay, and then comparison to Rise of Kingdoms.
Yeah. So let's move on. The thing is that this will be a little bit of a 4X special because I want to go like in depth with what mechanics these games have and what's the current state of the market, because this is in the end one of the biggest revenue, like IAP revenue only categories. Like ads are not really their thing. Sorry, Felix.
Yeah,
you missed.
I guess that's why Felix got sick, because you were talking about no ads for waifu games. He was really pissed. And now 4X games, no ads. Ooh,
yeah. So 4X games, before usually people in the West associate them with stuff such as Game of War, Game of War, and Mobile Strike from Machine Zone days. But this is pretty much long gone, and now, as we see,
I need to show the 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 creatives from Machines on the Mobile Strike with Arnold Schwarzenegger. So I hope they can find it, and you will see it right here.
Yeah, they had that like Super Bowl ad with Arnold,
Oh
which
yeah,
was like like 200 million views on YouTube, only or
it
something like
was
that.
just amazing how that game was almost everywhere. So that's the joke we were always discussing. You open up a fridge and there is Arnold Schwarzenegger because of the Mobile Strike ads. But as soon as they closed or like turned off the UA, the
The
game
game
died.
revenue was also turned off.
The game died immediately. Game
Yeah.
died immediately.
Which is not the case these days. I would say like these days, like the forex games are made a little bit differently. But yeah, let's look at the market. So I pulled up the revenue for just those last 30 days currently. So Call of Dragons can be included on like equal footing compared to the others. So if we look just from the last 30 days revenue, the top game is Three Kingdoms Tactics, I guess, Chinese game that we don't really kind of have the representation in the West. Then in the second place, our favorite Puzzles and Survival, the game that we all know from the fake ads that's been running around. Then we have Evony, which is, if I see this correctly, the only game from American company, and all the top 10 other forex games are from a Chinese company.
Yeah.
Except FunPlus, which is headquartered in Switzerland, but it's a Chinese company anyway. Then we have on fourth spot Top War Battle Game, our usual kind of contender, one of the inventor of the onboarding alternate gameplay, as we thought before.
Yeah.
Fifth place, Rise of Kingdoms. Sixth place, State of Survival. Seventh place, Age of Z Origins. Eighth place, Lords Mobile. Ninth place, Last Fortress Underground. And then 10th place, Call of Dragons, which is 16 million. The top game was 35 million per month, and then let's say Rise of Kingdoms won 29 million a month. Lords Mobile was something like 60 million a month. Keep in mind that these kind of fluctuate a lot between months because you have events and stuff, so it's not that big. But at
still,
least the
those
top 10
games
is,
were global launched quite a while ago, right?
But there's also 11th place wild card, which is, you can guess,
Whiteout Survival.
Exactly.
Yay. Of course.
So yeah, forex category is pretty much very, very big red ocean where you get stomped by all these like very, very heavy, super big teams that are pretty much running like fifth iteration of their games.
I didn't even know or see like the Free Kingdoms Tactics at all. I mean, I don't see their ads.
Me either.
I see Puzzles and Survival.
It's mostly in China, or let's say the revenue is coming probably from there. I guess so.
Okay, but you're looking into our favorite data tool, and you don't see the China revenue.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, we'll see. And it's still like really, really big.
You know what is impressive? The Lords Mobile, which is like fucking old game, and it's still like
that's
up in the air.
True.
And they are I think they invented these like mass battles, what I call types of creatives, because they were
the one with the like garrison against like an attacker.
Oh,
that one.
So good, so good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The other kind of a name for this category that's been used around the industry is not only forex but also march battle, because you have these kind of marching armies on the map that are kind of marching against each other. So you can also find this category under that name. The other list that I wanted to brought up is not the last 30 days revenue, but the overall revenue, lifetime revenue, I mean, because that's a little bit more important, because Rise of Kingdoms is not really in its glory days anymore, or let's say at its peak. It's in decline. That's why we are covering this game, because Lilith actually has an answer to that, and they, I guess, are not that aggressive with you anymore there. But looking at overall revenues, according to our data tools, if we run that top 10 list again, it looks a little bit different, because Rise of Kingdoms is at the top with 2.2 billion in overall lifetime revenue. And then we have Game of War and Lords Mobile both in 2.18 and 16 billion. None of the other games listed are reaching beyond 2 billion, and all the others are reaching after 1 billion plus. So there you have such as games such as Three Kingdoms Tactics, State of Survival, Clash of Kings, Kings of Avalon, Mafia City, Mobile Strike, and Guns of Glory. So again, only like what's there? Machine Zone through Epic War and Machine Zone through Game of War. So no other American company again, or let's say Western company. All are from China. So very heavy, kind of a China-dominated category, I guess we could say even in the West, like because these games are definitely not making revenue in China, like some of those. Like for instance, what is there?
Not making or making?
No. I mean, not the most of the revenue is coming from China, from games
Okay,
that are
because
run by Chinese companies.
Okay, yeah, because I think at least from what I saw for Call of Dragons, the US is the top one by far. By far. There's like, for example, Call of Dragons.
I think Rise of Kingdoms the same.
It's like 90% or 95% is coming from US. Which is ridiculous. When we compare it to Whiteout Survival, there was like South Korea first, then very close the US, and then there's other countries, but very different. Interesting.
Finishing the charts here, if we compare Rise of Kingdoms with Call of Dragons regarding the numbers, Rise of Kingdom was soft launched in April 2018, and Call of Dragons was soft launched in August 2022. So it's pretty much like.
I saw soft launch of Call of Dragons in December 2022, but I was assuming this was also because one of our favorite tools, they don't see the open beta. So I will talk about it.
Okay. Yeah, but what this basically means, that in my opinion, is that they had this great and outstanding game called Rise of Kingdoms, which they pretty much destroyed the Forex category by the time they launched it and scaled it up. And now what they did, they pretty much took the engine, everything they got, and like put it on steroids pretty much. I'll show you like how it looks like. The production value is through the roof because now they can actually concentrate on that very, very hard 20% that makes the thing like polishing and making it better and improving on their old formula, because they already had like the best game in the category. So they're trying to top themselves currently. So you'll see pretty much what
but that's usually very hard job.
Yeah, it is. But to me, this also seems a little bit of a more play towards cross-platform, because the PC client, like I don't know why, but I wasn't able to make it work on two different emulators because I got stuck into the sliding puzzle verification that didn't let me through.
Finally. So they fucked you up. Yes. Yeah. Finally, some games you can't play on your goddamn PC.
So I download the PC client directly. Voila.
Yeah, easy. Okay.
Yeah, easy. And it's so optimized for PC. Like it's 2.5K resolution.
2.5 gamers?
Yeah, exactly. And it looks marvelous. Looks like some kind of a new, game coming out from CD Projekt or whoever, Blizzard. Like very, very polished. Like, yeah, I'll show. Yeah. So that's that. Regarding the numbers, Rise of Kingdoms is currently making something in the vicinity of 500K a day. Or I would say that's what they hit there. The thing is that if we compare it to the initial numbers with Rise of Kingdoms, it's pretty much the same. Also, revenue per download on iOS is something like 520 or something like that, which is also the same on Rise of Kingdoms. Like it's actually a little bit higher after like a month on Call of Dragons. It's like 535, and then there was like 5 something on iOS only.
Yeah. So are you aligning this by launch, or it's just like
month after launch?
Okay.
Month after launch. Yeah. So I would say it looks definitely very promising. Rise of Kingdoms at some point scaled very, very heavily. If you look at the download chart, so I guess maybe this will be the same tactic. But the other thing is that maybe this time we won't even be able to see it because, like, honestly, like the PC client is so damn good, right?
Yeah.
And actually, they have this promotion in the game that will give you this kind of special avatar with fire frame or whatever.
Yeah.
That if you play on PC client, it's like if you play on PC client, you get like this avatar, like very very nice skin. For every player. It doesn't matter like where you play. Like go switch to PC and you get it. And I have seen a lot of players having that avatar. So I guess a lot of people are playing it from PC, which we won't see anymore.
So we see 14 million on mobile, but we don't see the rest of the revenues. So they can be making so much more.
Yeah, they can be making so much more, especially now that we're talking about Viva Dirt League making very big UA pushes for them on core gamers and PC gamers.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay.
So this all makes sense now.
Oh yeah, 100%.
That's one of the bigger differences. But sorry, let's actually look at the beauty here.
Yes, please.
So looking at the game, as I said, 2.5K resolution. I hope it won't destroy our stream here, and it will even
I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure. Upload is fine. So I have way better internet connection here than I had last year. But I'm sitting next to the road, so if you hear cars, ambulances, and all of the other shit, then that's me.
Yeah, so we have this gorgeous city.
And it's fucking slow.
Okay. Yeah, I hope.
I know it's fine. Don't move. Okay. Don't move. Don't move the camera too much.
Yeah. So
now it's fine.
We have the usual base building. Like as I said, there's nothing really to it compared to Rise of Kingdoms. It's very very similar. What happens here is that you like imagine something like Clash of Clans, like very very similar gameplay to this point until you leave the base. After you leave the base, it's that March battle, like big battles on the map. One really interesting tidbit here is that lately when we were reviewing Forex games, or let's say looking at them and their special onboarding funnels, a lot of those, especially new ones, implemented those fake ads with the fake gameplay or whatever they put there, like the Storm Shot from FunPlus, the newest one, have it. Kingdom Rush, the top 4 one has it. Pretty much all of the new ones have it as some kind of something of a very very mandatory thing. This doesn't have that at all. It's like
they don't give a fuck.
You're downloading Forex, it will be Forex and you're playing Forex.
Yeah, nothing else.
So it's
no
actually
shenanigans.
Yeah,
no shenanigans.
Because there's no shenanigans or the sniper one. I think like the sniper one, even Lilith had it. Lilith have it in the
they have it. Yeah,
they have it themselves with the sniper gameplay.
Exactly.
But this one doesn't have it, and I think it's great because finally, especially on PC client, like there's the onboarding smooth anyway. It's great, and the graphics are just gorgeous. So yeah, we'll see.
And I'm looking at the Stormshot revenues, and it was flat, like 5 million since they launched. Now it's 7.2 already, so they're definitely onto something.
Yeah, but these guys are what, like first?
I mean,
month,
they're already like in first month.
My guess is, and this is my guess again, that a lot of people that play Rise of Kingdoms will switch to this game. I mean, the clans and the players, because it's just a like overall life upgrade for them. I guess the whales and like the very very big clans, they like to start from fresh, even though they kind of sacrifice there before whatever they have there.
This would happen if Clash of Clans actually made new game instead of the Town 2, right? Or the Base 2 or whatever was that.
Yeah. So these guys actually went for it
Supercell.
And actually made the second game here. But my guess is that it's not only because of the like gameplay functionality and the design. It's also because this like very very good PC client, very very good cross-platform functionality, and like all of these other things that enables them to scale completely different.
Yeah, this looks super good. Yeah. Really, really good.
Yeah, because if we compare it with the Rise of Kingdoms client, which I'm just showing over the screen currently, it looks like a mobile game.
Yeah, okay, true.
You can see it, like the design, the layout and everything, it's pretty much the same. Like if I put it down for a little bit, but you can see the difference in the visuals.
100%. 100%.
It's like not comparable currently. Because that's like 5 years difference, but still like
can you just put it on the whole screen?
Yep.
Let's try. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's These look like a Noob game versus the Pro.
Yeah,
Which
exactly.
is,
And even like if I zoom in out of the map here,
yeah.
it looks something like this. Like it's again a little bit washed out. I think I have the highest textures there that I could have, but
Mm.
it still like looks like something that's kind of old. And if we look at the map that Call of Dragons has, it's like nice visuals.
Ooh.
Units are moving. There's leaves on the trees being poked
So
by the wind. Sea, everything,
everything
and
is
like
moving. Nice.
yeah. And you have grass there. You have pretty much everything. And there's so much graphical settings. They're like actually like I actually want to play this game as a PC gamer. Like
Ooh.
why would I not want to? Like it's so good. So it's so optimized for PC experience, and the monetization fits so well into it also. I'll get to
Yeah,
it
yeah, yeah,
later.
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah,
it's so smooth. It's much more smoother than on mobile.
yeah. I can imagine. But
Yeah,
look,
but
so I think what they do here is actually getting lots of the mobile players and then porting them to PC client easily.
definitely.
Because on PC the UA is, I mean, it's still possible, but it's not as advanced. I would say, let's call it advanced as mobile. But still, if you combine UA on PC and browser, maybe, and then with the UA stuff, it's like so much synergy.
Yeah, we'll see. But my guess is like again, this is I wouldn't be surprised if let's say 30% of their player base could be playing it from PC or even more.
Even more, I think,
Yeah,
even more.
even more. We'll see.
Because why would you? Well, if you are a Forex player, like why would you play the game on your small mobile phone when you can
Because
just
you're on the road. That's the only thing.
sure? But then like okay, you can in the meantime like do these like tasks and shit on mobile, but then you sit down after work like in front of your
Yeah,
computer and then
and
play the
go
game like
destroy
really.
your enemy
Yeah,
alliance
exactly.
base.
Exactly, yeah. And you do that on PC.
Yeah, exactly. It's much more like everything is just much more smoother and like more enjoyable, I would say. Looking at the gameplay itself, as we continue, as we talk about the base, like as you see here, it's like super smooth. Just the transition here, just moving
Ooh.
out into the map and the base, like it's so good. So the base building is like very easy. Like place like Clash of Clans, you build upgrades. You have these super high long timers of like 2 days, 20 days, whatever days. You have currency. Time is a currency in these games, so you have these speed ups that are either specific or non-specific. Non-specific, of course, are much more valuable because you can speed up everything. The specific ones is just like you can speed up only building, you can speed up only training units, you can only speed up research, so on and so forth. So this is usually the main kind of a culprit when you're looking at the game and you see these things like time as a currency, that it means it's a forex pretty much, because like
Mm.
no other game uses this, if I understand correctly. I mean, no other genre. Yeah, but there's shit ton of stuff. What Lilith added regarding comparison to Rise of Kingdoms is, I think, a little bit more power progression to the heroes, because heroes were the first thing they innovated in Rise of Kingdoms in the first place, which Forex didn't have before, or let's say didn't have that fleshed out, and they
Mm.
fleshed it out even more. So if I go into my heroes, I not only have their, talents and skill trees that you need to pretty much equip for every single hero, which have completely different use cases in the field, their skills. So this is again completely the same as they have it in Horizon Kingdoms, but you also have the artifacts. And the artifacts are even active skills, so they are much more fleshed out than just the normal inventory you have in Horizon Kingdoms. And of course, they're behind another gacha. So
Ah, Gachapoooool again. So
so
is there any game out there that we will talk about that doesn't have the Gachapools? I don't.
don't
I
know if lately we talk about something without gacha pools. It's
no.
just like so efficient as progression model and monetization model. So
Well, I guess Brawl Stars removed Gachapools.
yeah, Brawl Stars removed that, but we didn't talk about that game.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yet.
Yeah,
We'll
we'll see.
get to it.
We'll see what happens with Supercell soft launch game, the Squad Busters, if we can talk about them. That's kind of closer to Brawl Stars, but yeah, let's see.
Let's see.
Continuing here, as I said, you build units, you build resources, you can get the resources, and yada yada, the usual kind of base building stuff. And then we switch to the map. And map is what makes 4X games interesting, because players are the content and players are driving the game itself. The game is basically just a platform from them to kind of have their playground. So usually what happens, you have these like I told last time, like houses with shields that you usually use with 4X game. It means like those are kind of early players that are still protected by the game to not
as
be
soon as
raided.
my shield is over, then I'm fucked.
Yeah, you better join an alliance, let's say. So you see here that I joined this like alliance that was near my place because I had no other choice if I didn't want to move. And then I have all my other kind of alliance members around me. We have alliance base and so on and so forth. And then there's other alliances that are competing against us for resources. We already survived this kind of attack today from French alliance, and had to coordinate and defend our fortress in the chat, which was kind of nearly demolished. So we needed to call help from the other alliance here from the right side of the map here. And this is all it is around 4X. 4X's games are about this kind of social dynamic around the map. When one alliance wants to destroy another, there's a fight against resources, so on and so forth, yada, yada, yada. The other thing is that there's active exploration, that if I zoom out very, very high, like you see here, you see that you're slowly cutting out pieces out of the map and exploring them. You have this kind of special mechanic that you have these scouts that has to explore areas. You send them there, and then slowly you chip away from the fog of war and explore the whole map. Have to say that the map, like what you see here, is actually very, very big. Like if I go here, yeah, the thing you just saw is just like a segment of something, and it kind of gets bigger and bigger. The thing is that
reminds me the beta version of Diablo map. We explored
was
like a
also
very
pretty big.
very small fraction of it.
But actually, the map is not that big because of some kind of afterthought. It's that big because what happens is that it concentrates players and pitches them together. It's kind of a similar concept to Hunger Games. So what happens here? You have this first layer of the map at the edges, and then you see this kind of a garrison that sells level 2 pass. And what happens currently, because this is a fresh server and fresh map, no one is here in this kind of inner circle of the map. And alliances need to fight their way through, pretty much occupy this pass, and then move to the other side where there's more richer resources, better rewards, enemies, and everything. And
so
during this,
and
during this process, you pretty much need to, like you see here, like our whole clan or alliance need to pretty much move their asses down there, occupy the pass, prevent other alliances of kicking our asses, and then move inward. And during this process, of course, alliances will eventually die and kill each other. So people are pretty much nudged to go here into these kind of slaughter passes where they will pretty much fight over who can take control over it and then move inward. So this, again, the whole thing is built around that you need to have this kind of a social interaction, friendly or not friendly. If you don't like it or like it, otherwise you're just food. Like there's no way you can play this game by not having an alliance. It's just like, sorry, it's all about that. The other interesting thing is that, of course, there's, you can see these kind of resource nodes. So there's kind of gathering stuff. You need to have resources. Then there's the like random enemy stuff. I think it's like just not really that important. It's rather teaches you. But what's important regarding the enemy are these kind of mini bosses that the whole alliance need to kind of destroy, and it takes so much time to kill these things. so that's there. But again, it's like, think of it some kind of world boss in World of Warcraft or something. You need to rally your alliance, and then all the like people from there gather their army there, and then destroy the boss, get some rewards, so on and so forth. We already have this, like, this is going to be our first goal set up by our clan leader. So we're already trying to take down this bear. So the alliance playing is the main bread and butter of this game. Regarding the resources, you have still more and more as you move forward. You have gold, wood, and rock, and mana, whatever. But pretty much they have numerous soft currencies, numerous materials, numerous stuff there, like so much resources. I don't think any other game has like.
How does that tie to the monetization?
The thing is that it's bottomless. That's the main point from it. Like these games have the most depth regarding spend depth within their economies just because of that. And that ties to this mechanic of units, hospitals, and destruction of property, which is very signature, which we can talk around now. So what happens is that if I, let's take some enemy. So if I have this enemy on the map, imagine it would be another player or whatever, and I want to attack it. So I first need to create some kind of a squad of units. So let's say I have level 1 and level 2 mages and a mage hero. So let me send him into the fight and he will fight. And there you have the marching part of the gameplay. You see these lines around the map as like they are moving and destroying. We can use the active element and send a nice fireball their way. Where is it? There it is.
Where's your fireball?
There it is. Okay, defeated anyway. So what happens? We can either continue fighting or even move the hero on the map or do something else with it, or we can return him back. So what happens now? We see that our hospital got active because some of our troops got injured. So they need to be healed back to full health because they pretty much just get status of severe injured, whatever cannot be used for fighting, and they get to the hospital. And then they're pretty much rejuvenated and the process completes. The thing is that before, in Rise of Kingdoms, if in the old games of the old Forex genre, like this is like one of the big changes. I know it's kind of small, but it's a big change. So what happens here is that hospitals in Forex games before and in Rise of Kingdoms, they have capacity. And what happens that if you had more units than your capacity and your units were defeated in battle and pretty much severely wounded and there was no space in your hospital, they died. That's it. Goodbye to months of grinding. Your troops are dead. So this was one of the very, very kind of big pushes or pressures regarding monetization within these games, that you would need to like really, really fast rejuvenate your troops because you lost them completely. And this is pretty much the destruction of property. Because if we go back to Rise of Kingdoms, if I look at the units here, they cost resources. And they, let's say, just 350 swordsmen takes like nearly 3 hours just to build. And then later on, I need to upgrade them to Swordsman 3, Swordsman 4, Swordsman 5, research, blah, 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 blah. So it's like very, very big investment. The thing is that hospitals in Call of Dragons works a little bit different, because what's happening here is that, where it was written. Yeah. Hospitals are actually with unlimited capacity. But what happens here is that they have these different ratios of units dying if they're in like different encounters, meaning that a percentage of defeated units will automatically die. So there is still some destruction of property, but I would say it's not that severe. And the other thing that's kind of genius they did is this resource healing, which means that a hospital will heal for free some units. That's like arbitrary number here, but you can use resources to speed it up instantly, which means you can buy the resources through money if you don't have them. So I guess it's a little bit more streamlined compared to all the other Forex games, where if you didn't have that capacity or you just were pretty much floored, as the saying say, like to zero, you lost like months of progression into your game. Like, not that many games use this mechanic. I think like another comparison would be like Golf Clash, where you have the betting mechanic, where you bet soft currency when you go into a battle, and if you lose it, you lose the the soft currency there. But here it's like even more cutthroat. But yeah, this is one of the main reasons why these games can absorb so much money, because you can kind of lose value if you buy something, you speed up something, you bought the resources through money, and then you lose the troops. That money vanishes away. There's no progression to show for it in the game. So that's kind of very, very cutthroat. The other thing is that, as we said, our favorite gacha.
Gachapoooool.
So they have a combination of shard gacha and kind of an unlock gacha.
Ooh, it looks nice.
Got some kind of a nice hero here, which is it legendary or is it not legendary? Oh, it's epic. Anyway, so we got an epic hero.
Nice.
But as you see here, we unlock the hero first. There's no shards, and then all the other heroes were shards. So they're using a similar system, like let's say a little bit of modification similar to the system that Clash Royale uses, where your heroes are leveled through shards. So first kind of combination unlocks the hero, the first shard that gives it to you, and you can actively use him in battle. And then later down the line, if you want to upgrade his skills, you need kind of duplicates of that hero, which means the gacha again is absorbing duplicates, which you are using to upgrade hero skills, and then those skills are doing more damage, and then star ratings and more power progression, so on and so forth. So yeah, the gacha system works great there. Heroes are great also because you have different heroes for different functions in the game. You have heroes that would like defeat enemies. You have heroes that are good in PvP. You have heroes that are just specially for building stuff. You have heroes that is just for gathering stuff like resources and stuff like that. So it's very, very properly set up gacha with like very good depth and width. So yeah, hands down for Lilith for making this run.
No, I think they know what they are doing. They don't. Yeah, they know.
Yeah, they have like years of experience from Rise of Kingdoms, but I think they were the first who can streamline it this much, like through the gacha system. But yeah, it's like outstandingly good. Regarding the monetization itself, as we talk around it, let's look at some examples that I think are kind of just like very, very smooth. So let's say we have this build unit. We're building something, so let's speed up time, of course, why not? So the game offers us, for instance, instantly the inventory timers that we have in our inventory, but if we scroll downwards, it's already offering us the ones that we can buy. It's so seamless, very, very nice. Regarding the offers, one offer, for instance, is already kind of sitting there on the screen all the time. It's like just sitting there. I know that a lot of offers get kind of popped up.
Was it for 99 cents?
Yeah, this is for 99 cents. This is their conversion offer because it's kind of no-brainer.
Legendary hero, 99 cents. It's like what, 90% conversion?
yeah. You can even play really the intro video if you want it. Like, looks so good, does it?
Oh yeah.
I mean, on PC everything is better.
Yeah, it wouldn't convince me to buy it, but it looks really good.
Yeah. On PC, it's just much more smoother. Then you have these like other things. Like you can see like so much more offers, so much more stuff that you can buy. So many like vectors of like spending money.
Systems and vectors, very good. Yeah. Love it.
And like they have like 5 different battle passes or whatever. And like
5 different. Like why? What's the difference?
Just different resources in them, because one for this, one for that, one for that. This is, I think, just events. Like these are all the events that are running here. That's like so much stuff they have there, and like definitely like this is a community driven game. It's like that just works different.
Like you said last time, Mariana Trench Deep.
Yeah, Mariana Trench Deep. Like this is the trench. This is
this is the trench. Okay.
So just to give people some kind of understanding what they're talking about, like these games have spanned depths of like 120, 150K, and that just means that they will give you at competitive level. It doesn't mean that you pass the game and you have everything. It just means that you can now
you can play. You
can play on the highest competitive level. Like it's like so big, so much stuff. Yeah.
Let's continue to UA because we will be here forever, which is fine. I mean, at least this was. We know and we knew you need to go last because you talk always. You always talk. It's good. So I think from the US perspective, as we touched upon the soft launch, and I was looking into the soft launch numbers. In one of our favorite data tools, it was said that it was soft launched in December 2022. But I will get there. So at the end of the month, 28th of December, in a lot of countries actually, which was Brazil, Indonesia, Philippines, Turkey, Mexico, Colombia as well, Peru, Argentina, Spain, Portugal, UK, Canada, and Australia. So basically LATAM, Southeast Asia, and Tier 1, right off the bat. And in the first 3 days, it was 50K installs and 32,000 revenues. And like when I was looking into this, it made me think the game was already tested out in beta testing for a long time. So as you said, they actually soft launched the game in August 2022. So I guess they also know what the fuck they are doing thanks to Rise of Kingdoms. But they already made 400K in January, and the top one geo for revenue was Canada, and top two, can you guess? It was Philippines.
Okay. But
Philippines
400k a month, there's like mice nuts for Forex game.
Of course, but in soft launch, dude. Yeah. In soft launch, come on. In soft launch for this game, it makes more money than like 50% of the game out there. This was only soft launch. And the same thing happened in February, just 1 month before the global. But in February, man, it was the revenue-wise best countries: Philippines, Indonesia, and Brazil. Seriously? It was followed by Australia and Canada. So I guess definitely not the classic soft launch we are talking about.
Maybe these were the whales from Rise of Kingdoms. They wanted to
could be,
early and just use VPN.
Could be. But then, they added iOS in March and then immediately went global. So as we discussed at the beginning, at the top geos, iOS versus Google Play in terms of revenues, like top one, US. And I'm looking at last 30 days, which we're talking about is like 16. Oh, it was actually 17 million in the last few months. So I guess 14 in this month. Nevertheless, US like 5 million, and then second is France with 500k.
That's the scale you get with these games.
So much difference. So it's US, France, Germany, Canada, Singapore, UK, Thailand, Australia, Switzerland, and Russia on the top 10 spot. Interesting that this is iOS, but it's like such a big difference. And then Google Play, US again, 2 million, and then France on the second place, 400,000. Again, that's like such a big difference. But then we have Germany, Indonesia, Canada, Philippines, UK, Singapore, Brazil, and Australia. So why is here US on the top one by far, and the whiteout survival is Korea, and then US right behind. So I guess we already discussed at the beginning. It's just a completely different type of strategy game, right? Or like why do you think is such a big difference?
The thing is that whiteout survival is a little bit more. It uses that Frostpunk team. That's okay. One thing, and this is kind of as Forex as it gets. And people in US keep in mind that people in US are very programmed to play Forex from the days of Machine Zone, because they were programmed by the super big marketing machine with all the hard-on Schwarzeneggers that this is like one of the best games to play. So there's a tradition of playing Forex games in the US.
Okay, and if we are talking about competition, so I guess you already mentioned a lot of them, but then I was looking into Kingdom Guard, obviously, Top War. I don't think you mentioned Kingdom Maker, but I guess like in terms of the comparison, because it was developed by Scopely and launched by Scopely, but in terms of revenues, it's just super small.
Yeah, those are the guys that did the original Clash of Clans, the Backyard Monsters.
Ah, okay. Nice. And then I was comparing it to Whiteout Survival. So when we are talking about retention, so we all also got the retention benchmarks from our friends from Game Analytics and benchmarking tool. So it looks like the top 2% of games, their retention in the strategy games, day 1 is 52%, day 7 is 27%, and then day 28 is 15%. So when we are looking at Call of Dragons, Survivor, Whiteout Survival, Top War, and Kingdom Maker on iOS, Call of Dragons is 52% day 1, 20% day 7, day 30 is 6%, and day 60 is 4%. Anything else? Top War, actually Top War has even lower retention. So day 1 is 46%, day 7 is 15%, day 30 is 5%, and day 60 is 3%. But then when I looked at the 90 retention, obviously Whiteout Survival is 7%, and then the rest is just 2 or 3%. Who would say that?
Yeah, but it's still like a long way from like the days where Machine Zone would have like 14% day 1 and still scale.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. And maybe I will try to get these numbers and show it on the screen as well, because like day 1 was like 20% or something. that was terrible. But they were still making shit ton of money.
Yeah, because of marketing push, of course. Yeah.
And then we have the Google Play retention. So Call of Dragons is 51% on day 1, 17% on day 7, and 4% on day 30. So day 60 we don't have yet, but still, it's when comparing to other games, the Whiteout Survival is still like 6%. Day 90 retention. Everything else is just 2%. Obviously, Call of Dragons doesn't have the day 90 yet. But yeah, I think this game is definitely make a lot of money. 14 million or 16 million on the first month. It's a very good start. So in terms of the UA, channel mix, finally something different. Like last 3 games, the same thing all over again. These guys are relying heavily on Google, especially on YouTube. So I will talk about it in the creative section. So then we have very big gap, and then comes Unity, Uplavin, Facebook, and TikTok. So in terms of the creatives, it's right now when I was looking into this game, and after Staker, A Legend of Slime, and even Frozen City, it was just so much different. For Call of Dragons, it's UGC all the way. And I know I saw a lot of UGC type of creatives for Rise of Kingdoms as well. And, well, it's primarily cringy UGC.
I still get this one creative where there are people in the restaurant fighting over some bullshit, and then suddenly you learn that they are playing Rise of Kingdoms and attacking each other. Oh, I mean Call of Dragons.
Yeah, pretty much. So let's see. I might just, share the entire screen and try to show you some of the creatives, because I think, for example, this, where is it, the gym is just, this is terrible, and this is even localized, man.
Localized, okay.
Yes. I'm not sure like what is this language. I think it's either Chinese or Korean. I don't understand really, but this is it. CC. It's so much fun. But this is the only thing they actually do. Maybe this was slightly different, using the map and some of the gameplay. But I was checking it, and it's all like 30 second plus. It's super long creatives on all the channels. Then we have 2 guys talking.
I think that was Puzzle and Survival concept.
Could be. And these are like 2 guys talking about the game, as usual, like 1 minute, 1.5 minute long. We have, I mean, this was kind of funny. I'm not sure if you can
cosplayers.
Yeah, cosplayers. Yeah. It's like very like. And this is just, I mean, it's terrible. I don't think.
Yeah, this looks like worst version of Viva.
Doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Exactly. And we have, I mean, this.
Well, they are barbarians.
And I think you don't hear the sound, but I will show it with the sound. It's just so intense. He's speaking like it's the end of the world.
But that was Rise of Kingdoms, was it? Oh, it's both. Okay, so he compared it in the video.
No, it's all Call of Dragons.
Yeah, because there was a logo of Rise of Kingdoms flashed out at one point.
Yeah, well, I guess they used just their assets for making these videos, and then I see this specific video like all the time on Facebook. This guy is playing something, and then it's super random. And I know this. Is this what you're talking about?
No, I have the same concept, but more fancy restaurant. This is like a fast food one.
Yeah, but
this one I saw definitely. This one I saw with making water in the ground. Yeah, I saw that one.
And also, like the Rise of Kingdoms, they used all these like. It was definitely based in UK, these influencers or actors or whatever, because of their accent. It was so cringy, so cringy. but I guess I don't know if maybe it works. But they also have this the map and also localized creatives to
Don't
join again.
underestimate farmers. I started with
But
humans.
like
with
nothing
50%
exciting,
gathering speed,
right?
though.
It's just
Who specializes in
this is it.
gathering, provides a
But
50% bonus
this
to gathering speed
was
and a 30% bonus to
I
load.
guess this was fun. But again, this is what like Southeast Asia, maybe Indonesia, Philippines, or
Maybe
something
that's why
like
it
that.
works so good in Philippines.
Yeah, I guess. But this is like the whole creative, nothing else. Just play PvP. Hey, it is kind of funny. It is kind of funny. And then like, the classic UGC concept. Well, like this guy was talking about how this is developed by Rise of Kingdoms developers.
Standard stuff. Nothing really like.
Yeah, right. Exactly. And then we have some static images they use, like all of these like some behemoths to crush enemies and whatever else.
That's
for
like
the creative.
that's like launcher graphic.
Yeah. True. And then what we have? Yeah, I guess that's it. I mean, it's like nothing too interesting. But then again, few CGI videos, a little bit here and there, but again, relying heavily on the UGC. No hyper casuals ideas or no Hero Wars type of
No
tower
fake- no fake
creatives.
gameplay.
No Survivor IO inspiration. Nothing from the current trends. Especially no fake ads. No fake ads. This is interesting. But yeah, so we have some interesting tidbits here again. So terrible actors into UGC. So I saw already this Rise of Kingdoms, what I mentioned. Not sure what is happening here, but I guess these actors are just not as great in acting, I guess.
Because they're low cost creative actors.
I'm not sure how this works. It's really
these
cringy.
are gonna get replaced by AI. I guarantee that.
Oh yeah,
These are
100%.
the first on the chopping block.
Yeah, 100%. But maybe that's like it's more cringy, the better performance. I don't know. Maybe that's the key to success in Forex category. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe. But we saw a lot of long form videos. So many of their videos are longer than 30 seconds, which is great format for Google campaigns. But I see also this across Facebook, Uplovin, and even TikTok. I mean, for TikTok, it doesn't work, I guess, that much. But definitely great for Google. And also localized creatives. So I'm not a localization expert, so so I can't say like what are the languages there, but I think it seems like there's a lot of creatives localized for Southeast Asia, like we discussed, like Philippines, Indonesia, all of these like top revenue countries, at least from the soft launch. I saw also German language, French, and then also I guess Korean and Chinese. Not sure, but what does this tell us? In these days of consolidating the campaigns and running geo buckets and tiers, I think they're running geo-specific campaigns since their creatives are localized. So I guess French creatives in French campaigns, German campaigns, and yada yada yada. You got it. Which is against whatever I kind of use or other companies use as well. But then we have some interesting things. So they are using also creators with fan bases to build ads. So this approach turns an average cringy UA creative into one engaging video and shit ton of comments from fans. So I think we mentioned it in the flamboyant UA part and session. So let me show you this creative actually, which is here, and we were already looking into it in the episode, but here. So basically, Viva la Third League, and as soon as they published this, the fans were already like commenting a shit ton of
if you mute the volume
right
on
after.
that, just like a little bit.
You can hear the volume?
Yeah,
I can't.
I can. Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Anyway, what I wanted to say is that these guys are pretty much specializing in skits, so they are the perfect fit for these games because they have core PC player audience, or I would say not even PC only, but pretty much core gaming audience. They are able to do these skits like 3 times a week, and it's like you don't even know it's a creative or it's an ad. You don't even know until the very, very, very end. That's the magic behind it.
That's the thing, and then they have also like few of these videos. Actually, it's not only one video, but I found out also this like ignoring the free healing option. I mean, that's what you were talking about now.
Yeah. And it's the thing that they use the humor and the like the skits they do. It's like these kind of gamer jokes. Like only gamers would know these things. Like normal person can't even understand what's happening here, but for a gamer it's very funny because this is how like gamer logic works in a way. Like like having health potion being eaten like with the glass itself. Like that's what happens with games.
Yeah.
So and they went.
So this is great.
Yeah, this is very good. I would say it's kind of next level because it's pretty much like an internet TV that's built on these skits, and just some of those are turned directly into like a creatives.
Yeah. So overall rating, or just Maven Matei UA rating as we brought it up last week, I would say 7 out of 10. They're running like a lot of different UA shit, I guess, and the creatives could be slightly more innovative in terms of the current trends, but I guess this is working quite well for them since they're making 40 million a month out of the bat. And then I think we can talk about the Viva Ladder League next time, since we are already like over time.
The problem is that the game is so big that took too much to cover.
It's like
and I cannot go first next time.
Of course, yeah. Next time you won't go first. That's for sure. That's for sure. But okay. So we have the Viva La Dirt League YouTubers, guys. We can talk next time because it's a very interesting case, like how they started and what they are doing and how is this actually turning into like a very big UA channel, because they're running a lot of different games, not only Call of Dragons but Raid Shadow of Legends,
wargaming
also
stuff,
some wargaming stuff, and like other.
These.
So yeah, we can go over that. It's really, I was looking into that, and it's really interesting story. So yeah, overall rating for Call of Dragons, Jakub, from your end.
I would say nearly 10 out of 10. Probably.
Ooh.
Because like last time when I was talking, like I got the clear thing missing here. Like this is definitely an improvement. It's like whatever I wanted from it. Like PC client that's very polished, everything's super polished, everything's like cross-platform connected. They have the best game in the category and they are topping it with this game. So like what more you could ask for? And they're not using fake ads. No fake ads.
No fake ads. Yeah,
straight.
kudos to that.
Yeah, so I appreciate that also.
Kudos to that. It's definitely very very different from other Forex games. But also, I'm not sure like what amount of money Kingdom Guard makes, but it's definitely more than Call of Dragons.
For now,
for sure. Right. Thank you very much for listening. I guess see you next time. Felix is gonna be healthy, maybe. We'll see.
Yeah, we will need to watch a few more ads to get him healthy.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
See you around.
Thank you very much. Well, by the way, keep subscribing. Our YouTube channel is growing really fast. Thank you very much for the support. And until next time.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.